Good morning, Evelyn. How are you?
Good morning, Samantha. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. You look beautiful this morning. I love those colors. I love what you're working with.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I just thought we'd take a couple of minutes. This is exciting. This is our first premiere podcast series of Inventor Spotlight, compliments of the National Inventor Club and the Inventor Smart Community. Of course, my name is Samantha, and you are Miss Lovely Evelyn. And I just want to let our audience know that we're both inventors, and we do this just because we love inventing and we get really close to our ideas and we get creative. So today we're just going to talk about a little bit about your journey, your product that you're working on at whatever stage you want to talk about and tell us, and just kind of tell us how you've developed all this, why you're an inventor, why you believe in your product, and we'll kind of go from there. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, so go ahead and start and just introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Evelyn Wilson. I am an inventor, as Samantha said. We met maybe about a year ago, and we have learned a lot from each other and from Inventor Smart. Within this year, we've been to conventions, we've had a lot of Zooms and a lot of club meetings. And I became an inventor because I really had a problem and I needed a solution. And the solutions that were out there, I just didn't really see them. So I used my nursing background and my everyday issues that I had and everyone else had. And I put those two together and I developed my product. And I just think everyone could use it. Everyone everywhere could use it because everyone has a nose. So that's why I started my Germ product idea. And that's why I'm here to share it.
I love this so much. So tell me what was that moment when you, I know your background is nursing, which we love that. Thank you so much. So tell me about the moment that you had that aha light bulb moment of, wait a minute, there's a need here, there's a problem, and I just thought of the solution, because we certainly know it's a long journey from that idea in our heads to get around to actually having a product on the market. But, I really want to tap into that moment that you thought about this product.
Okay. It was a cold winter morning and I was driving my grandson to school and my nose was running a lot. And I'm not a runny nose person. I don't get colds too often. I don't have allergies, any of that. But that one morning, it was really getting on my nerves. So I was driving, was blowing my nose, and driving some more, then digging for the sanitizer, and hit a stop sign, looking for the lotion. I was like, this is just, and then my nose just kept running. So I dropped them off. I came back. And I had a whole lot of nasty tissue sitting in my passenger seat. And of course, I thought, let me take these nasty tissues and put them in my pocketbook and then go in the house and throw them in the trash. But then I thought about it and I was like, that's nasty too. Like, you don't want to take that nasty tissue and put it in your pocketbook. We have everything in our pocketbook, our cell phones, key fobs, that pen you borrowed from the bank last month. Your cards, all types of things that are just in my purse. And I just didn't see the point in me putting used tissues in my purse and then everything else in my purse was used elsewhere. To me, it reminded me of spreading germs. So I thought maybe there's got to be something out here. So I looked and I looked and I looked and I saw some things, but they weren't exactly what I needed. They were big and bulky and it was just too much. And so that is how I came up with my product, the Germ. I just didn't want to deal with all that bulkiness. I was like, I need something more. I need something better. I need something more personal, more discreet, more portable. And that's where it came from. And so from there, I started looking at companies who would help me, you see my air quotes, help me develop my product. That wasn't working out. And so I thought maybe I should take on more of a leader role and do it myself. because other people just weren't getting me to where I needed to be. And so I thought, put it in my own hands, take charge of my own future fate, however you want to word it. And that's when I really started digging into inventor clubs and USPTO and things like that. And it evolved from there, because from the automobile, from in my car, from that happening, I started thinking of other ways that it could be used, other places it could be used, like in classrooms with kids. My grandson's seat was on one side of the classroom, and the one sanitizer pump for the whole class was way on the other side. And I thought, that's not going to work. He needs something more personal. I need him to be sitting at his desk, concentrating on the teacher. And also, I thought of, I would like it in my pocketbook. Why does it have to just be for the car? So it grew legs, as we say, from there.
Yeah, it does grow legs. So how long right now have you been working on your development of your product, and kind of where are we at today? Are we ready to launch? Are we ready to manufacture? Have we created prototypes? Just kind of tell us a little bit about that.
I have created in-home prototypes. Everything that's a scrap piece of anything around here becomes a prototype to me.
Yes, it does.
Anything, everything. And what I also did was I had 2D printings drawn up, and I had CAD designer involved with one of my embodiments of my Germ product. So it's getting there. It's taken about 2 years because there's a lot to learn along the way. You really don't want to rush any of your products or ideas or anything, because you don't want to you may make some mistakes, but you don't want to make any big mistakes. And, I've learned from people who've made some really big mistakes. That's why I'm doing it, the more cautious. I'm going the more cautious route.
Well, I do love that you just said it takes a couple of years, because sometimes there can be a misconception that inventing happens really fast and you're an overnight success and you're going to make millions of dollars and millions of people are going to buy your product. And I think true inventors know that kind of fairy tale imagination doesn't really happen that quickly, obviously. So it does take a long time to kind of create your own product. Like you said, you had this aha idea while you were driving, pops into your mind. And then as you develop, you're doing some sketches, you're doing more thinking. And then you get out in the market and you start to look around. Who can help me? If you're a new inventor and you're not really sure, where do I go? What do I do? Who do I trust? Then we find there's just sharks in the water, and we get really confused about there's a lot of companies out there that you can pay a lot of money to for their services, and we don't want to knock those companies. We know that some of them do amazing work, but as a young independent inventor, you may not have that type of backing to get you to the next step of where you want to be. So I know for me personally, when I found Brian and the National Inventor Club, that was just a godsend to me, because I wanted to be a part of a community and a membership. So I know that you're a member. Like you said, we've met before. We're traveling to different cities. We're meeting up in groups. We've become this community family of inventors. So tell us how you found the National Inventor Club and the Inventor Smart Community and how this has evolved for you.
I used to listen to Brian Freed years ago. I just remember I would go to the free library. I had to go to the free library to listen to him. I don't quite remember why, but I would go there to listen to his radio shows. And so I'm going to say maybe about last year, a little bit more over a year ago, a friend that Brian has and I have, when you're in these communities, you start meeting like the same people. They
Sure.
introduced us. And so that's when I joined National Inventor Club, and you guys were on the traveling part of it. I was like, well, there's nothing wrong with traveling. So So, we were going to the USPTO in Virginia. My husband was like, "Will you please be quiet?" I couldn't stop talking about it. And so, and then we went out to Vegas for that convention as well. So, that's the beauty of all of this, because you get to speak from people all over the world and in person. Okay. Zoom is nice. Don't get me wrong. Zoom is nice. Podcast is nice, but so is meeting people face to face. You hear what they want. You hear what they expect. You hear their timetable. You hear how they come to realize, this might work, this might not work. And you remember that room that was to the left when we went to the Alibaba convention, and it was all those inventors in there with their invent. It was like a great big what do you call that guy? Yeah, what do you call it? What do you call that character? Candyland. I don't know how else to say it, but Gene Wilder in the chocolate factory, when all them kids walked in and saw all that candy, that's the feeling I had when I went to that convention. So conventions are extremely important. If you can, go. If you can't, talk somebody to death about when they went and what their experience was, because I feel as though that's kind of like a rite of passage and all of this. You have got to see what else is out there. You've got to see where other people started, where they're at now, and where they're going later. It is great. I've met so many nice people along this journey, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be where they are.
I love that too, because we did all get together in Arlington, Virginia. Was it last April, I believe? I think there was 27, 30 of us, all members of the National Inventor Club and the Inventor Smart Community. Brian set it up for us. We had a tour day at the United States Patent Trademark Office. We had many guests available. A full day there. It was incredible. They had a beautiful breakfast prepared for us. We had an amazing lunch. We toured the museum. We played games, a scavenger hunt. We had people from PTAB there. We had folks that are attorneys and examiners. And as a young inventor myself, I was blown away. I never in a million years imagined that that's a place that we would be as a community all together, learning from one another, meeting each other face to face. And I think that's the strength and the power being in a National Inventor Club community, because we're all getting to know each other and we're supporting each other along the way. And you're right, we have questions. We want to know, what process did you take? Or, hey, what manufacturer have you used? Or what patent agent or what patent attorney have you trusted? Have you used? And I think that's what the club is starting to really encompass, is building each other up and sharing, networking and sharing other service providers that we've all used before, so that we can build relationships outside to create our products. So I'm so excited to have you today, because you have recently been on our Inventor Spotlight. We're proud of you and your tenacity to continue forward with your product. We know it's not easy. You have to do lots of steps. You have to redesign, go a different direction, pull back again. Financially, it takes time as well to commit to your product on how you're going to spend your money, where you're going to manufacture, how many units you're going to do. Are you going to license? Are you going to manufacture yourself? Then you've got to look at the marketing side of it and the distribution side. So there's many, many things that all of this takes time and patience and forthcoming to pull this to market. So what's next for you, Evelyn? Where are we at now? What do you think is going to happen next?
Well, I really want to perfect my prototypes just a little bit more. The more I keep trying to perfect them, it's like the better of a solution I come up with. So nice. I'm kind of like surprising myself, and I like that. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to challenge myself. So I really enjoy that part. I do have a PPA, so I'm waiting. I'm just trying to make sure that I've covered every possible that I can do, every possible corner tweak it to the best of my ability, and then convert it to a full utility. And even in the process of all of that, I still want to look for a design engineer for a more working functional prototype. And then we'll see about manufacturing and licensing and venturing and things like that. So I'm still in the process. I show up to meetings. I interact with the Inventor Smart app. I do podcasts, and I just stay in contact with the members so that we can each encourage one another. Mm-hmm.
That's great. So do you think that's helping being part of a community, like we've been talking about, being featured as a Spotlight member, interacting inside the Inventor Smart Community app, going to the meetings at the National Inventor Club, which they're monthly, they're online. Do you think this is helping, keep you inspired, keep you educated, and keep you moving forward as an inventor? Is this inspirational to you? Is it valuable? Do you see the value there?
Absolutely. And it's not even, look, it's not, I'm sorry. It's not, it's like maybe a day's pay. It's not a lot. Some of these prices out here were like astronomical. I couldn't even afford to be in their clubs. I was like, what? I couldn't afford that. I couldn't afford it. And what we get from NIC and Inventor Smart app, I really don't think you're going to get a better deal out there. Sorry, guys. I don't really think it's a better deal out there. So it's very much so worth your time and every penny. Mm-hmm.
It really is. It really is. Of course, I've learned a lot from Brian, and the amount of guests that he's had on the National Inventor Club, from the Small Business Administration to the USPTO, to other authors, other inventors, celebrities. It's just been incredible. Okay. Well, we don't want to keep anybody too much longer. I just wanted to say thank you for being here this morning. I love chatting with you. I'm excited about your product. I am a little aware. We've talked about it a few times in the past, and you're encouraging and you're inspiring, because I know you've been working on this for quite some time, and you're reminding our audience that this takes time. Don't give up. Keep baby steps along the way. Look for those bridges of incidences. Connect with the right people. Join us at the National Inventor Club or the Inventor Smart Community app. You can go to Google Play Store and download. And we're right here. We're available for you to connect and join with us, and we can learn and support one another. And I love that about this community. It's growing exponentially. And the fact that you're a member just warms my heart. Every time I see you in the app, or when we get a chance to do a live event, we get to see each other. And I love that so much. And I'm really proud of you and how far you've come.
Thank you so much. And you know what else I like about the Inventor Smart app? You know how like late at night, you're like, it's the end of the day, you worked all day, you fed the dog and dealt with the kids and whoever else lives in the home. And then sometimes right before you hit the pillow, you think of a question to ask. And that's the great thing about that Inventor Smart app. You can get on there like 11:55 p.m. and ask the question. And you know what I'm saying? It's not like you have to write it down or for the next time that we meet or anything like that. The whole community there is there to help you 24 hours, 7 days a week. So that's what I really appreciate about that app. I really like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also so international that everybody's on different time zones. So, and you're speaking like a true inventor, as you say to yourself, as I'm laying down, putting my head, going to sleep, boom, an idea pops. I think every inventor can certainly identify with that process of how that works, either waking up or first going to sleep. We always get these great ideas. But yeah, to your point, you can certainly go into the app, go into the main hub, post a question, and you could get an answer right away, or first thing in the morning, wake up and find some more solutions to what you're thinking about. Okay, so again, you are our Inventor Spotlight premier person, so I'm so happy about that. Yay. And looking forward to seeing you again in person, online, on the app, so we can communicate, connect, share, and just have this love and joy for inventing.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.